last night. Last looked at my phone, said cool, fast fat, fast photos and sparklers, models and dancers. Tell your girlfriend stop calling my leg, man. I don't even know.
Yo, what's up everybody, it's Nature. Happy New Year's. See, I'm currently recording this on New Year's Day, so you know it's fresh. I was in Mozambique during the Christmas weekend, and honestly, I have so much to tell you guys, so much. So sit tight, hang in there, let's go. So I'm starting the story on Christmas Eve because we actually left on the early mornings of the 23rd of December, but it was like 11 p.m, so like I don't think it really counts. Anyways, we left from Centurion, South Africa to Ponta de Oro, Mozambique. The real story begins at 9 a.m. when we arrived at the border. It was about 34 degrees Celsius and it was about 9 a.m. We were about 500 meters from the border. We had to stop because there was a car queue at the border, so we had to wait for like 2 hours in our car. As you can see, we're in this long ass line. This guy in the purple, he actually came to our car and asked us if we wanted to jump the border illegally. Like, I did not think that was real. I did not think that happened in South Africa. I didn't think people would approach us in our car. Anyways, once we went to the South African side of the border, the process was really quick. But going to the Mozambican side, that's where the problem started. Basically, the first thing I saw was no tar. There was just dirt, sand, just dirt. It was just dirt. So we spent about double the time on the Mozambican side, and my dad even had to bribe an officer with Fanta grape so we can get things going. Now, all the roads in that area are sand. There's like desert sand. So we had to deflate our tires so that there's a correct amount of pressure in the tires so that we don't go bouncing off and getting stuck in sand and everything. So once we went through the border, once we went past the border, started going to Ponta de Oro. Actually, we went to Ponta Molongane because that's where our accommodation was. And there was no straight road, you know what I mean? It wasn't like one road. The road split up so many times. It went to so many different places, but they all ended up at the same spot. So that was the most annoying part because we didn't know which road was the best road. Because as I tell you, it was sand and it wasn't flat, it was bumpy. And our TomTom stopped working. So there was no ways we knew which direction to go. We had to follow these signs for a bar. So my dad whipped out a paper he got from the accommodation place and it has directions to exactly where we need to go. But it's not like a map, it's like written directions. Mainly the main direction it said was we need to drive to a place called 360 Bar. And once we get to the sign that says 360 Bar, we need to turn left to go up into 360 Bar. But we didn't know how to get to 360 Bar because there was not like a map, obviously. We didn't know which of these road forks would take us to 360 Bar. After about 30 minutes of driving in this horrible terrain, we finally make it to the sign that said 360 Bar, right? Ha! Guys, you don't know. You do not understand. So we turn left to go to 360 Bar, right? But now there's a steep hill. It wouldn't have been a problem, right? But the car we were using was so bad for this type. It was some Nissan 2x4. And apparently my dad got told that we need to drive 4x4s, but an uncle of mine told us that he could use his own car, and his own car is like some Mercedes Benz. So he thought, okay, if he can use his own car, he might as well take this family type car. And clearly there was a mistake because we could not get up the hill. So my sister and my dad's girlfriend and I, we waited down while my dad went up. He walked up to go get help. He went out, he was gone for like maybe 20-30 minutes. Then he came back with some guy. Now this guy was trying to drive us up the hill, but he was so close to breaking the car, guys. He was like, there was like a wall and he was getting so close to the wall. I thought we were gonna like break this car and my dad was gonna have to basically pay for a new car, because the car was a rental, by the way. After trying to get up this hill, the guy actually came up with another plan. He used an illegal shortcut through this place called Golden Beach Bar. So Golden Beach Bar was like next to 360 Bar. The area is closed off for residents who are in the Golden Beach area, but the guy who was helping us drive knew a guy who worked there and he basically let us go through. So yeah, we ended up using an illegal entrance which had a paved road and was so much better for us. So yeah, we finally arrived at the house and my dad needs to go get keys at the admin office. I take the opportunity to look around, you know, I can see the beach slightly from the trees. So I'm like, okay, let me go find the beach. So now I'm going to the beach and obviously I don't know the correct way to go. So I end up passing through these people's houses. I saw a guy, excuse me, I saw a guy showering outside because he had a shower outside. That was like creepy for me. I was like, okay, I feel like a stalker right now. So I'm just gonna make my way slowly, make sure like none of them notice me. I even saw people sitting on their reclining chairs and all that stuff. It was kind of creepy. So yeah, I finally find the beach, right? And it is like downhill because I did not realize our house was like at the top of the hill. But yo, getting back up was like the worst. I regretted it so much. So I come back to the house, my dad has the keys, everyone's inside the house unpacking. At this time it's about 3:30 in the afternoon and we've been traveling since 11 p.m. the previous night, so obviously we want to shower, but now there's no running water. It was so horrible, guys. We ended up just deciding to go back to 360 because 360 was walking distance from our house. So at 360 I ordered calamari and stuff, you know. The manager was there. My dad had a conversation with her, and then because my dad, you know, he's a people's person, he talks to everyone, makes friends with everyone. He told her that we need to go get groceries in town because town was Ponta de Oro and Ponta Malangane is like a little village area, resort type area, and Ponta de Oro is like the town part. So she said that my dad could meet her at 7 a.m. the next morning and they could go to town and he can go buy groceries while she goes and buy supplies for the restaurant. And he was like, cool. Drinking this drink called an R&R, which is called a rum and raspberry. It tastes delicious, by the way. It's basically just Captain Morgan and Sparletta raspberry. And it's like a speciality in that whole area. Like everywhere you go, every bar, every cafe, they always serve that. And you always see people drinking it. I don't really remember what happened after that, so let's go straight to Christmas. So I woke up on Christmas morning at about 8 a.m. and my dad and his girlfriend had already left for Ponta de Oro. It was just my sister and I at the house, and at some point I saw a monkey on the roof, which was really cool. I spent most of the morning still covered in the filth from the other day, and I was basically just binge watching Community the whole morning.
Careful shaving.
Eye wax, dummy. This is from a blood test.
Oh no, I knew it. Things are going too well for you.
So later I noticed that the sink and the toilets were filled with like dirty water, and then I ignored it, right? I thought like maybe that was always there because I didn't notice it before. And then I hear the shower running and my sister's showering, and I'm like, what's going on? Where's this water coming from? And then she tells me there's running water, and I checked the tap, so it is running water, but it looks so dodgy. But she said the shower was clean, right? So she showers, but she has like issues with the shower, but she managed to have a proper shower. But when I go into the shower, it suddenly stops working, which I was so pissed. So I was so pissed for the rest of the afternoon. My dad and his girlfriend come back. My dad asked me and my sister to make breakfast, but my sister and I ended up in an argument, and I ended up being so angry because I was so dirty, I was so tired, and I just wanted to eat, but I didn't want to make the food because I was so tired. And then yeah, just know that after the argument, like, my sister was crying, and not abusive, okay? I'm not abusive. But yeah, then my dad and my sister made breakfast, and I'm not gonna lie, I ate that breakfast with no shame. I enjoyed that breakfast. It made my day. I had no regrets about what happened that day. Tembi!
You scared me. Yes?
I'm busy, can you like...
What are you talking about?
Hi.
I had breakfast.
Can you leave? Can you just let me do my own thing, please?
What the fuck? It's fine.
Anyways, after that we fell asleep. Like literally all of us fell asleep. Then about 8 p.m. most of us woke up. My sister didn't want to go eat, so we decided to go to 360, and they were already closed at around 9, and it was so annoying because it's like a resort town, it's the holidays, obviously people want to eat. Why would you close at 9 p.m? Anyways, that was Christmas. Now on Boxing Day, everything became slightly better. We woke up, ate, and we tried to make our way down to Ponta de Oro. We needed to go to Ponta de Oro because A, I had never seen it before, and that was basically the whole reason why we're there. B, I needed a SIM card because I was disconnected to the world, disconnected from the world I should say. And C, I needed to go scuba diving. Because our car was not made for this terrain, we weren't going to use our car to go to town and come back. So my dad tried to get somebody from somewhere around to take us to town. And at first they said the whole trip was 200, then back, 200 rand. but later they said it was 400 rand then back, and obviously that made my dad so pissed, but we had to do it because it was the only way to get to town. So yeah, the guy comes after like 30 minutes of waiting, and then he comes in this rusty old bakkie, and I was so pissed because I had to sit at the back. It wasn't even like covered or anything, it was just open. It was the most bumpiest ride I've ever been on, and at the same time I'm holding my phone in my hand because my pockets are full with my wallet and like other stuff, and I had to stand up and sit down at certain points because like my legs were getting so sore and uncomfortable, and I had to duck from trees. We finally arrive at town, and it looks pretty much like a village, you know, but like it looks like a suburb that got turned into a village, or a village that's trying to become a suburb, you know what I mean? So after finding a SIM card, after talking to people, playing Pokemon Go, tried to look for quad bikes in town, and all of them were rented out. Like apparently people book in like March for quad bikes in December, which is ridiculous. So we went around looking for scuba diving. There were 2 scuba diving places. One was Gozo Wazoo, and then one was some other place I don't remember. We couldn't scuba dive because all of them said that scuba diving wouldn't be available until the next day because it was like a public holiday. And we planned to leave the next day because my dad didn't want to pay too much for the car. So we actually planned to leave at like 9 o'clock the next day. So obviously I was like so disappointed. I literally only wanted to have this trip because I wanted to scuba dive. And my dad felt so bad, and he said, okay, we can leave a bit later, and we're booked for scuba diving at 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. at Gozo Wazoo. So we booked the scuba diving, and that same day on the 26th, we got to go to a public swimming pool. I don't know if it was a public pool, but like it was a dirty pool that lots of people swimming in. But yeah, it was okay. We got to practice scuba diving, you know, putting on the kit, going underwater, seeing what it's like to have the kit on you. It was so amazing, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, after that, basically have a look at what I did because I recorded on Snapchat. Now you know the truth. So after eating more food at 360 Bar, we decided to go to Golden Beach Bar to see what it's like at the actual bar place. And oh my gosh, they have pools. They have pools that anybody who's at the bar can swim in, and I was so pissed because I was not ready. So because of that, my sister and I decided, you know what, let's go to the beach straight after this. We're going straight to the beach and we're going to have ourselves a good time. Take a look. What is crazy? It's such a bad river. Guys, we have to go all the way up this hill. Yeah, okay. Say hi.
Hello.
What's your YouTube channel?
Ingraves.
Ingraves.
Yeah.
Yours? Do you have a YouTube channel?
No. Yeah, actually I do. It's Unicorn Squad.
Unicorn Squad.
Yes.
Guys, subscribe to Unicorn Squad.
Yes, thank you. I subscribe to Ingraves.
Subscribe to Ingraves.
Yes. And to Dolan Twins.
Dolan Twins.
But look, the Unicorn Squad has 2 emojis.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, the unicorn emojis.
Yes.
That's good, that's good. Alright guys.
Okay.
Nice meeting you.
What are you
Bye.
making a video about?
Just about Mozambique.
It's a vlog.
Yes, a vlog.
A vlog.
MNH.
I make capital letters.
Yeah, capital letters. Bye. So So yeah, after that we came back and we had a braai, we had lemonade mimosas, you know, we're just having a conversation. And yeah, it was a good time. Went to bed early because we need to scuba dive at like 6:30 a.m. So I woke up on the 27th and oh my gosh, I woke up at 2 a.m. because I was so excited for scuba diving. And obviously, because I was like 3 hours ahead, I ended up binge watching more Community. But I also was Googling stuff about scuba diving. So my dad's girlfriend wakes up at 5 and she also comes to my room and tries to see if I'm awake. I wake up my sister as well. And yeah, 5:30, we're all ready to go, except for my dad's girlfriend. For some reason, she went back to bed. So we're like, yeah, we're gonna leave her. She said fine, she'll walk to town. Town is like 6 Ks, guys. It's fine. She went back to bed. It's fine. So we left 5:30, started driving, right? Remember I told you 360 bar was walking distance from our house, right? We were halfway to 360 bar. It was raining at the time, by the way. We were halfway and our car got stuck. Our car got stuck in the mud. It was the most annoying thing. You know when the road goes like this? Yeah, we were at the bottom of that. You know, like there. We were like there, and we were stuck. My dad was trying to go up to 360. Could not get up. That car was so useless in that situation. And then guess what happened? The wheel got busted. So we had to replace the wheel, and that took forever. After about 3 hours at around 8:30, we had finally made it up the hill with a little help from many different people who happened to drive by. And yeah, we ended up just having breakfast at 360. So while we were like still in the car in the bottom of the hill, my dad called Gozo Azul. He managed to book us for 12:30, which was quite alright. So yeah, when we were about to finish eating breakfast, guess who appears? Oh, it was my dad's girlfriend. And she also decides to have breakfast. And she was dressed up so nicely. And I was like, why are you dressed up so nicely? It's like mud. So yeah, after all of that, we take the car. By the way, we had already packed everything. Take the car to Puerto de Oro. This was about 10:30, so we were really early. So we decided to walk around, and after that, we decided to just chill. We went to a scuba diving appointment at 12:30, and oh my gosh, guys! Oh my gosh! Scuba diving is like the most amazing. I've been to Disneyland Paris, so that says a lot. So we kit up, you know, we go to the beach, we go push the boat into the water, we go on the rough sea. The sea was actually rough, like proper rough. We go to the diving site, you know, we do the whole thing, you know, 3, 2, 1. And now, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared at first because I didn't tell you, but the day before when we did the practicing in the pool, I was struggling to equalize the pressure in my ears. Because you know, like, the more you go deeper into water, like, the more pressure there is. So, you have to, like, equalize the pressure, otherwise, like, your ears will pop. I was struggling in the swimming pool, and then when I dove into the water, I was struggling again, and I swear I nearly quit scuba diving. Like, we were assigned to an instructor. No, there were 2 instructors, and the second one, not the one I was assigned, he was trying to like get me to come underwater, but like my ears were so sore, and I was like, I'm going back up, because this is the symbol for up in scuba diving. And I went up, and I was like, you know, fixing my ears, and then he's like, come down, like, you're not going to be able to equalize your ears above water. And then he went down, and I was like, okay, I have to do this. I went down, and then I remembered like at 2 a.m, I was googling stuff about scuba diving, and I remembered what they said about equalizing, and there were like many different techniques, and I tried like the one where they say you should swallow, and that didn't work, so I tried the one they took, and that worked actually. So yeah, we go down. It was like the most amazing thing. I was with my sister. We even held hands at some point because like it was just like the most amazing feeling I've ever felt in my whole life. You know, you look at the world and all you see is like pollution, and you see angry people, and you see people on drugs. The world is so sad, and then you go underwater and it's literally underwater is its own world, guys. I saw a shark. I'm not gonna lie, I swear on my life, you can ask my sister. There was a shark about 20 or between 20 and 40 meters. Obviously, like, depth is different in like water. Okay, not depth is not different, but the way you see depth is different underwater. And we also saw a turtle, we saw octopus, we saw many starfish, we saw so many beautiful fish, we saw so much beautiful coral. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I actually feel like crying. By the way, underwater you're not allowed to touch anything. The only thing you can touch is the sand. And I'm telling you, like, the sand underwater, even though it's the exact same sand you find at the beach, it just feels so much more magical, you know what I mean? So yeah, we get to the surface, we wait for the other people, and then it was done. And I even got this certificate, guys. Look at it. Look what it says. It says I completed the course, guys. Yeah, so after that I go to my dad and his girlfriend and we leave at that moment. You know what I mean? Like we literally went straight from scuba diving to them. We ordered a pizza and then we left for South Africa. So yeah, on our way back towards the border on those horrible roads, okay? Our car gets stuck in the sand, in the dry sand. You know, we lost all hope. And the reason why we got stuck is because there was some guy who was transporting people from the border to town. And he was so rude and he was asking everyone to move out of his way because there were literally like 5 cars, including us there, and it was like behind everyone and he was telling everyone to move out of the way as if there's enough road for everyone to just go. We got stuck trying to adjust ourselves for that nincompoop. So yeah, a guy and his family were behind us and they saw we were stuck, and guess what they did? They went out of their cars, they went to their boot. They took out tools. They took out a shovel, like not even like a full shovel, like something you like assemble. They took out towing gear and they're like, "You're gonna help this family," and they helped us, guys. They literally dug sand away from our wheels. They towed our car. Next time, if I ever go back there, I need to be that prepared because like we were stuck in a pretty much similar situation as the hill by 360, and we go up and then there's another hill. There's another like descent. And we get stuck there again. Oh my gosh. Bro, my dad revved. He revved and revved and revved and he sped and he managed to make it out of the sand, and we only kept speeding from there because we didn't want to get stuck again. And we made it to the border and it was the most amazing thing ever. This was like about 5 p.m. on the 27th of December. I felt so many emotions. Yeah, I just want to thank my dad for everything he done. So I also want to thank God that I had the experience, because you know I could have died underwater, guys. Just imagine I died underwater and this would never happen. You guys would have never known about this. I would have washed up on some shore in Mozambique. So please like and subscribe and share if you enjoyed this video, you know what I mean. Share it with your friends and family and your haters and your enemies, everyone in your class, everyone in your church, everybody in your study group. I don't know. Okay, I'm at the point where I'm rambling, so bye.